Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. DeAnthony Melton was having a great fit with the Warriors, but unfortunately he suffered a serious injury and will play more this season. It forces executives to look for alternatives and hire new players to make up for DeAnthony Melton's absence and at the same time reinforce the squad. Warriors are interested in Toronto's Kelly Olynyk. Raptors. Golden State Warriors injured guard DeAnthony Melton has been linked to two Eastern Conference teams who can supply a capable rotation player in return. Anthony Slater of The Athletic floated Melton's expiring salary in the wake of his season-ending ACL injury as a Warriors trade chip heading into the February trade deadline. Melton's contract, attached to a draft pick, might be able to fetch a capable rotation player in January or February from a team like the Raptors or Nets. The Warriors also have a ton of other mid-sized contracts, Kevin Looney, Gary Payton II, Kuminga, to add to Melton as a building block to make any big or medium-sized deal happen, Slater wrote. The Warriors have lost their last 3 games to fall from the top of the strong Western Conference to number 3 heading into a matchup against the Phoenix Suns on November 30th. They have struggled to replace Melton's two-way skill set next to Stephen Curry in their backcourt. I feel so bad for DeAnthony, Kerr said, per NBC Sports' Monty Poole, on November 20th. He's such a perfect fit for us, and we were so excited to have him. He was clearly going to be our starter next to Steph. Lindy Waters III is an unproven player who replaced Melton's starting spot. The undrafted Waters struggled in their 105-101 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder with only 4 points on a rough 1 of 7 shooting without Curry, knee. Underscore 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 underscore. Warriors trade target on Raptors. One trade candidate that perfectly fits into Melton's $12.8 million expiring salary is Toronto Raptors center Kelly Olynyk, according to Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher. The 6'11" Olynink was on the Warriors' radar leading up to last season's trade deadline. I was told from various NBA executives around the league that Kelly Olynyk was someone the Warriors were targeting at last year's trade deadline, Fisher reported on November 22 during his Bleacher Report live stream. He would fit their system perfectly. The Jazz ultimately sent Olynink to the Raptors at the trade deadline. Olynink hasn't played this season, but the stretch big man is close to returning from a back strain. He was a limited participant in the Raptors' November 20 practice, Josh Lewenberg of TSN Canada reported. A former first-round pick out of Gonzaga, Olynink averaged 9.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.4 assists while shooting 55.5% from the field and 38.7% from the three-point line last season, splitting time with the Raptors and the Jazz. Olynink signed a 2-year, $26.25 million extension with the Raptors in March. Fisher also reported the Warriors could also go a different route. However, there's a lot of thought and benefit to Golden State going out and getting like a real rim runner that just adds more length, similar to what Tracy Jackson-Davis has done and added to this situation. But there's also something to be said about trying to replace the type of role that DeAnthony Melton was going to fill. Underscore 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 underscore. That different route Fisher was talking about could lead the Warriors to the Nets. They could take advantage of the Nets' expected fire sale as they eye a talent-rich NBA draft next year headlined by Duke's Cooper Flagg and Rutgers' pair of Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. According to Sam Amick of The Athletic, the Nets will be the place for contenders, like the Warriors, as their go-to place to look for roster upgrades. League sources say the rebuilding Nets are expected to be open for business, even with this competitive start, Amick wrote on November 19. The Nets have won their last 3 games, including a 128-120 win over the Warriors, to improve to a surprising 9-10 start. If the Warriors would like to replace Melton, the Nets have the ideal candidate in Cam Johnson, who is shooting 41.7% from the three-point line while being his team's top perimeter defender. But it will take more than Melton's expiring salary to acquire Johnson, whom the Nets highly value. Will the Warriors part ways with some of their draft capital for a star role player like Johnson or keep their powder dry for a bona fide star down the road? Warriors have lost 3 straight and Draymond Green accepts part of blame. The Golden State Warriors dropped a tough 105-101 decision to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Wednesday night, a loss that stings more than most. After falling behind by as much as 16 points in the first quarter, the Warriors never fully recovered, despite a valiant effort down the stretch. The absence of Stephen Curry loomed large, but it was Draymond Green's accountability in the aftermath that stood out. Green, who's been the emotional and defensive anchor for the Warriors, took full responsibility for the team's struggles, particularly in the game's final moments. "I just got to settle down and make sure we get into something," Green told reporters. "I thought we were a bit scattered, and that's on me." In a game that came down to execution, the Warriors' offense seemed disjointed, unable to string together any consistent scoring runs. As the team's veteran leader, Green was visibly frustrated with how things unfolded. "I am the veteran out there. I am the one with the most experience out there," he said, calling out his own leadership. "So I got to get my head out of my go get the ball, and get us into a set." It was clear that Green knew this loss was more about missed opportunities than anything else. He also pointed to issues with spacing, which allowed the Thunder to collapse on Golden State's offense and limit their options. "We weren't getting into anything," Green said. "It was just guys making plays themselves. I can do a better job there." With this loss, the Warriors have now dropped 3 straight, and they'll need to regroup quickly if they want to avoid slipping further when they face the Phoenix Suns on Saturday. Draymond Green's blunt statement on Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga's role with the Golden State Warriors is one that has been a topic of major conversation surrounding the team. There are moments where it seems like he's about to be the team's next all-star, and then moments where it looks like he'll be the team's 6th man. On Wednesday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kuminga had the opportunity to start for the very first time since October. Regardless of what his role is, Warriors star Draymond Green wants him to be aggressive at all times. "I don't care what position he's at. We need him being aggressive at all times," Green said. "I think that's the thing he needs to understand is what we need him to be. That pressure he started putting on the rim? We need that all night." Draymond Green on Jonathan Kuminga. "I don't care what position he's at. We need him being aggressive at all times. I think that's the thing he needs to understand is what we need him to be. That pressure he started putting on the rim? We need that all night." On Wednesday night, Kuminga put up 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals on 38% shooting from the field. If being aggressive was the mission, Kuminga followed it, taking 21 shots for the team. Unfortunately, the shots just didn't go in. It's tough to say what Kuminga's role will be going forward, but whether he's starting or coming off of the bench, it's very clear that it'll be an important one. The Golden State Warriors' next opponent is the Phoenix Suns on Saturday night.